So guys, according to AMD, these two are actually the world's best graphic cards you can find for under 350 USD. Whether or not they're actually worthy of the title, that's our job to actually look into it. So let's go. AMD 9060 XT. It was announced a couple of months back. You know, you guys are well aware that there are going to be two variants, the 8GB and the 16GB variants. Pricing, $299 for the 8GB, $349 for the 16GB. The pricing AMD has actually come up with for this round of GPUs, I would say they're actually quite decent. However, the only issue I face is the 8GB variant. I'm still not convinced that in 2025, we should be paying 300 USD for an 8GB GPU. We have moved past the stage. Like if you had watched our 5060 Ti review video, you would have seen that I would have mentioned about the positioning and pricing of graphic cards. 2025, 8GB, 300 USD, it's a no-go. The card can exist, but not at 300 USD. It should be well below 200 USD if you ask me. But that's for another day because, let's be real, AMD or nvidia aren't going to listen to us about this. Back to the cards now. So we have the 9060 XT. We've got two variants here. Okay, we have the Asrock Steel Legend, and I also have this Sapphire Pulse. They're both 16GB cards. Before we move into everything, let's do a quick unboxing. So let's get to that first. So you've seen the unboxing of the cards. Before we move on, let me just thank Asrock for providing this sample and this Sapphire 9060 XT Pulse. We actually purchased this Thank you to the distributor who allowed us to make a pre-market purchase for this. It's been really helpful. Thank you AMD for the drivers as well. Although it may be partially given or sponsored in this video, our reviews, my point of views, my reasonings and explanations and statements are not biased. This is completely what I feel about this launch. I'm sure many of you all would still be wondering what are the performance or specifications of this card. Before we move off to performance, let's just run through the specs of the card. The RX 9060 XT comes in two variants, 8GB and 16GB. They have 32 RDNA 4 compute units, 32 hardware ray tracing accelerators, 64 hardware AI accelerators. It has a peak AI tops of 821. It has a boost clock of 3.1 GHz. As for total board power, the 16GB is capable of drawing from 160 watts to 180 watts, while the 8GB is capable of drawing 150 watts to 180 watts. Both GPUs come with a connectivity of PCIe 5.0 by 60. That's a full-size slot, unlike the 5060 Ti or the 5060. It also has DisplayPort 2.1a and HDMI 2.1b. As for the pricing, the 8GB variant goes for $299 while the 16GB goes for $349. Like I told you guys, whether it's worthy of that title or whether it's an effortless drop-in upgrade or not, that's our job to actually decide. So without wasting much time, let's just look at the performance of how this graphic card actually stacks up. In terms of raster performances, the 9060 XT may equal the 5060 Ti 16GB, or in some titles it may even be better. But that's only when you look at raster performances, ray tracing, frame generation, power draw. The 5060 Ti 16GB variant, although priced at about 2,100 ringgit in Malaysia, you can get it for about 2,100, 2,200 depending on the model of the card. Compared to this too, this is about 1,007, this is about 1,008. I could be wrong because I'm a bit confused about the pricing as well because it's not been finalized yet. You're looking at a plus minus difference of 300 to 400 ringgit. For 300 to 400 ringgit, the 5060 Ti 16GB variant offers you better power draw first thing. Because in gaming, the 5060 Ti 16GB only drew a maximum of about 147 watts. Whereas this too is fully capable of drawing upwards of 200 watts. Ray tracing. Ray tracing is a forte for nvidia. It's something that AMD really is struggling to keep up with. Although they are making good strides of improvement in ray tracing, it is still no match for what nvidia has to offer. So definitely the 5060 Ti is way better. My problem is that the 9070 XT, when it was launched, it made waves. It was a great card. So looking at that launch, because it's a sequence of launches that AMD had that was just really making waves. You had the 9800 X3D, the 9070 XT, the 9950 X3D and all this. It was three great moments for AMD, those launches. So I sat back and I was hoping that the 9060 XT would also be a great launch. But the truth of the matter is that it's underwhelming again, as I've told you countless times in this video already. This card is not a direct competitor to the 5060 Ti as a whole. This card effectively kicks the 5060 out of existence. In my honest opinion, there is no reason any individual or consumer should purchase a 5060 since you already have these two cards. You already have this 9060 XT 16GB variant. 5060 priced at $300 US is at the same price as the 9060 XT 8GB. Add 50 USD more and you would get a 9060 XT, which gives you way better performance than the 5060. So instead of AMD marketing it as a 5060 Ti competitor, I would say that this card is actually a real competition for the 5060. And truthfully, it has eliminated its competition in the 5060. So the last thing that I'm actually dissatisfied or I find underwhelming again with this launch is connectivity options at the back. If you notice, all 9060 XTs have only 3 connectivity ports at the back. 1 HDMI, 2 display ports. I cannot understand as to why this has happened. I mean, this is not a GT 710 where you need only that few connectivity options. 4 was decent. So if you're actually looking to use multiple monitor displays and all that, 3 is the max with this card. One saving grace I would say that this launch has is that this card has completely wiped the 5060 8GB out of existence. If at all you're torn between the choice of getting a 9060 XT or a 5060 8GB, please just choose this. It's priced around the same region. It gives you better performance. Overall, it gives you complete better performance in every aspect as to which the 5060 cannot give you. But if you're comparing this to the 5060 Ti 16GB, it loses out in a complete element. It's only good or better in terms of raster performance, but if you're looking at the overall scenario where you look into multiple factors of what makes a graphics card good, the 5060 Ti 16GB is better. So I would say that this launch is again underwhelming. I hope AMD bounces from this and continues to make better products. Make products like your 9800X 3D. Make products like your 9070 XT or the 9070 Vanilla. Those were great products. This is just mediocre in my opinion. Thank you guys and see you all in the next one.